What's up, everybody? Today, I have something a little different for you. We're gonna watch an episode of a show called Tiny House Nation. Basically, if you haven't seen the show or know the concept of what they do, these couples and families, they want to downsize, right? But not just like go from a house to an apartment or a house to a condo. No. They want to take their home where they're all living comfortably and move into a house which is essentially the size of a walk-in fridge. These couples and families, they reach out to these two guys who happen to build tiny houses for a living, and these two build it and make it for them and make their tiny house dream into a reality. It's not like this is a punishment. They willingly do this. And not all of them are hurting for money. Some of them just, it's a lifestyle. It's a choice. They choose to do this, which, I mean, you can do whatever the hell you want. I don't give a shit. But it's ridiculous. So we're going to watch an episode, and I'm going to try this out because I don't know how this is going to turn out. I've never done something like this before. So if you like it, be sure to let me know in the comments. Make sure to also like the video too, all that good stuff. So here we go.
I'm John Weisbart, and I travel across the country with tiny house expert Zach Giffen.
A tiny house expert. How do you even acquire that title? Did you go to tiny house college? Is this like a degree you get? What makes you an expert in tiny houses? You're just a construction worker that builds tiny houses. That doesn't... What?
Zach and I are in Tennessee, helping an aspiring songwriter and his family make the move to a tiny house fit for a growing family.
So let me get this straight. Let me see if I'm following already. We're, what? Not even a minute in? Are we a minute in? They're downsizing to a tiny home for a growing family. Did they think ahead here? I gotta see this. You see, this is what I'm saying with this show. You gotta see this shit, because none of it makes sense.
They still haven't told anyone, including Grandma, about their plans.
There's a good reason. They're gonna kill Grandma with this when they tell her.
Or will the revelation land on a sour note?
Probably.
Get ready.
Is that Lil Jon?
I'm Ben.
I'm Rebecca.
And we are going tiny.
The house that we were renting in LA was around 2,000 square feet, but we were only using a fraction of that.
Who's we? Who is we in this equation? Is it just these two schmucks, or is it the whole family? Because if she's alluding to these two schmucks, you didn't take into account your kids. Are also gonna need their own space. I don't know, to grow up and have a life. Show gets me worked up.
They're going from almost 2,000 square feet to roughly 400 square feet.
Oh, so they're already building this thing, this trailer. It's a trailer. I don't know why they call it tiny. It's a fucking trailer. It's not a tiny house.
Hey, John, you're gonna like this, huh?
And,
You just nut? I could stand in this. Oh, fuck! I could stand. Oh.
At the top of the stairs in the gooseneck extension of the tiny house is the parent sleeping area, while the loft extension belongs to 3-year-old Marabella and 1-year-old Arolina. It's almost as if they're in the same room.
Why would you want that? Why would you want your kids sleeping in the same room as you? This is what people that are less fortunate have to deal with. Like, and they hate it. I feel so bad for these kids. These girls growing up. You know how much therapy they're gonna need?
Hello.
I just looked out the window and said, come on into your tiny house. John.
Hi, Rebecca. Nice to meet
Hi.
you. This is Aralina.
Hi, Arolina.
Oh, that girl, that's the face I'd be making. The baby is the smartest one of all of them.
Tell me why you haven't told anyone that you're going tiny.
Because it's moronic, and everybody will think you're a fucking idiot, and child services will probably come and take your kids. Other than that, I can't think of a reason why they haven't told anybody yet.
I like dancing I like doing ballet.
Ooh, Mr. Zach does that same move. He's really good at it. Yeah.
God.
One thing this family desperately needs is
Therapy. Or somebody that, like, analyzes crazy people.
We got our hatch cut out. It's pretty big down here.
Is that where the kids play? Is that where the kids go to? That's their playroom?
I'm going to use the hollowed out space below their floor to house what I'm calling my fashion elevator. This system will be complemented by a convertible bed that will lift up to reveal a sewing station.
The one thing I'll give this show, the one thing I'll give it, is that they're a little creative with how they can fit certain things in others. You know, the bed comes out and there's shelves behind your shower. I mean, you kind of have no choice when it comes to this space, because a family is gonna need to manage with what they have. They're gonna have to maximize the most out of what they have.
Well, it looks really good in here, gentlemen.
Look at the way he has to walk through this hallway. If you come this way, well, let me take you around back. Let me just get through. Let me just get through this here. All right, almost out. We're good.
Well, we have something to tell you.
Okay. We have a house.
A mobile home.
The tiny home is kind of a much more evolved. You're blending the affordability, but also the quality of a normal size home and the normal standard building techniques. And so it's a great opportunity to show Grandma that this is not necessarily what she's thinking when she says mobile home.
I love how he had to try to explain his way out of that. It is, but it's not from the out. When you go inside, the way the door opens, there's more space. There's more space, almost as if it's not a mobile home. It's not. It's not a mobile home. Have you seen the sewing machine under the bed?
I think that my mom is still just getting the whole concept of a tiny house.
It's a mobile home! It's a fucking trailer! It's on wheels!
I mean, I just thought when I saw it, it was a mobile home.
She's really crushing me with these mobile home comparisons. It is on a trailer, it's on wheels, so it can move from place to place, but the quality of the construction is identical to what you would expect in a larger house.
Okay.
It's the quality, like, you see how, like, quality is bad, but this is good. So there's a difference. It has nothing to do with size or the fact that it's on. It's different. The wheels, forget the wheels. They're like not wheels. Don't insult me with this mobile home shit, or I'm gonna have to seriously.
I think it's safe to say that Marianne doesn't love the tiny house. Maybe she doesn't hate it, but she doesn't love it. And I think at this point, the best thing we can do is get her out of here.
Get her out of here. Just get her off camera. She doesn't belong here. Clearly, she's not for the tiny house. Get her out of here. She's killing the vibes. It's not a mobile home. It's not a fucking mobile home. I'll tell you what this show does do for you. It makes you feel like you're living in a Beverly Hills mansion. Look at it. I'm all the way over here. Wait, I'm gonna go over here now. Look at all this space. I'm literally jumping on my bed. You can't do that in a mobile home. I mean, whatever the fuck they call it.
If we had like a pack of mirrors, we could have a ballet bar living in this space. I mean, imagine, okay, Grandma comes in and like she's being skeptical, and then lo and behold, here's little Mirabella just like, ooh. I mean, who can say no to that?
Today is our last day here in Tennessee, and I've got to say I'm pretty proud of what we've been able to accomplish. There's just one more thing left to do.
Gentlemen, you're part of history right now, because it's the first baby grand piano to ever go into a tiny house.
They're like, shut the fuck up, dude. I just want to do my job and get the fuck out of here. Guys, you're making history. Guys, are you listening? You're making history, guys. Shut the fuck up.
It's beautiful.
The tiny house with a piano in it.
What happens when they hit a speed bump? These kids their lives are at risk.
Where do we have to go back out there?
Careful, the kid's gonna be like 3 feet away from you. Don't, you better not get used to that shit. Honestly, get it out now. Get it out now while you can, while they're not around.
All you have to do is lift underneath. What? And now the whole thing opens up. And the one thing that you'll notice is one of your 5 sewing machines.
Just bench press your mattress, you know, try not to blow out your back, and check out this fucking sewing machine. All right, tell that old bitch to come over now and look at this.
Down underneath you. The nice thing with automation is that you don't really have to do much. You just kind of push the button. It's a fashion elevator.
Look at this dude. He thinks he's slick. You know, he knows exactly what he's doing right there. He's like, hey, we got, you know, when you open this up, a wall comes up. It's just 2 of us now. You know, and now that's just us in here and our sewing machine.
Wait, do you know why it's a fashion elevator? Because it elevates your fashion while elevating your fashion. Now, we knew when you came in here and you're showing us how much you like to dance, so I told Mr. Zach, we've got to make a dance studio.
Now, you have a wall of mirrors. Also have a bar that you can unlock, fold over, and now you've got your dance floor.
It's like they design these homes and forget that kids grow up and outgrow shit that they had a fondness for that now they don't. In 3 years, will she like ballet? What the fuck are you gonna do with that bar? It's gonna be a nice thing to trip over, maybe.
There's really only one thing left to do. It's to welcome you officially to the Tiny House.
Well, that was Tiny House Nation, everybody. I want to say it was a happy ending, but do we really know? Do we really know? Don't forget to like this video. You know, we're exploring new horizons. There's a couple of shows on Netflix I want to look at. Be sure to let me know if you enjoyed it and whatnot. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, hopefully.